Hi guys, welcome back to the I Love Drift channel. Managed to get the diff out of the FD and it's gonna weld it up because I don't have the funds for a two-way at the moment. I was thinking about changing diffs completely for a different vehicle, but it's not really in the budget. I want to get the car on the road as fast as possible on the track and get to driving it, so the quickest way to do that is just to use what's in there and upgrade later on. So the diff in the rx7 is actually a what do you call that? Torsen? It's a torsen style drift diff. Learn to speak. And you see it has these spider gears, or how we call it, the helical gears, which actually, you can see the shaft in there is got the same helical thing on it, and when you turn, there's three pairs around the diff, around the outside, and basically you have to weld those solid, and then on the other side of these helical gears, they will force the input shafts to remain locked. So basically we're going to weld through here in between these two and probably weld them to the outer casing part here and here as well. I might see if I can get don't know if I'll be able to get it down there or not, but we're going to shed some light down inside there. Can get the texture in there. Might be able to get the MIG in there and just blaze that solid as well, because I feel like if you just weld here, it's going to lock it, but for how much power will it be able to handle before it actually just, you know, the shaft that these spin on, which goes through the diff here and here, before that just shears off and it just pushes these out of the way and then shreds all the teeth on the actual input shaft. Mounting points, I don't know. Hopefully it'll take about 300 kilowatts, which is what I'll make on the first power level. We're gonna have to upgrade turbos later on to get more power, but again, not in the budget right now, so we're sticking with this diff. You can see actually in there, this diff been damaged. There's a tooth missing over there, and one of the other ones. There's a tooth missing just there at the top there as well. So I was thinking I could pull this out and sell it because FD parts are kind of rare. That this one's been hammered. Someone's had a good crack at it. There's another broken tooth there. So it's not sellable. I wouldn't sell it to someone because, you know, it's not a very nice thing to do. So we'll just weld it up, use it, save up our pennies, buy a nice Cusco two-way or something later on, and make do with this bad boy. For now, yeah, so I just wanted to show that. I had a quick look on YouTube to see if there's any videos on actually welding a torsion diff, and there's not really. So I'll just make one. Okay. So stuff around, get my welder out. I'll do a time lapse, and then I'll show you the finished result at the end. And yeah, stay tuned. bit toasty warm, but get in there. See what we've done. Let's take the earth clamp. See, I put the earth clamp onto the actual stud, one of the studs on the what do you call that? The ring gear, flange, whatever you want to call it. So is it it's very tempting just to put your earth clamp straight under the fucking, under there somewhere, but if it arcs out, you may get a slight imperfection on the actual crown wheel, which could lead to a chipped tooth later on once you start driving. So you always try and earth it somewhere that's not on one of the machined surfaces. So yeah, you notice in the time lapse I put oil in there. So when you're welding diffs, weld them with the oil in there. Don't drain the oil out. Just crack it open, blaze away, because that stops any splatter that falls into the oil. Will cool quickly, form little beads, and just fall down there, and then just hose out when you want to wash it out later on. If you drain the oil out, then the hot stuff sprays on everywhere, and you get these tiny little beads. You can see them on the surface there. And if you get some bigger ones that actually fall down and sit on there, they'll actually stick to your pinion wheel and cause you issues, broken teeth and stuff. So leave the oil in there. It cools them on the way down, the splatter, and it'll just wash out when you clean it out. Drain out the old oil. You're going to put new oil in it anyway, so whatever. And as you can see, it didn't catch fire, no one died. No babies were harmed in the making of this diff. Ooh. So, very good. That's what I'll show you. Rotate it around. Good idea to check the diff turns the whole way. You can see welded across the top there. Just join between the two. I couldn't fit the torch down beside those, so that didn't happen. So there you go. One welded torsen diff. Hopefully it doesn't crack under the strain of about 300 kilowatts. The turbo I got given to me by Robbie made 300 on SR, so 320 I think actually, but don't quote me. So on the RB should make similar, maybe more, because the RB is better, let's face it. Just let my welder cool down, because had it wound up a fair bit to do that. So let that cool down. Drain all that old oil out, give it a clean out. Check all the surfaces on the. Get a hardened chisel or something, and I'll scrape all these surfaces. Get a hard chisel or something, and yeah, scrape all these surfaces. Make sure there's no splatter on them. But I pretty much did a full rotation then, and it didn't jam, so should be good. Yeah. To be honest, it's the first one I've ever welded, torsen, so hopefully it works. Doesn't grenade. So I'm also thinking about. Oh, there you go. Something cracked. Yeah, it turned up a bit too hot. But I was thinking about welding some ribs on the outside of this diff casing, because the FD diff casings are known to crack. They get pinion climb, so it's something like this. These ridges, these raised ridges. So I get some 10mm plate. I'm thinking about scribing them around the outside and just welding them across the whole surface there to give it some extra strength. But I'm going to research that a bit more, because I don't know what the actual casing is made out of yet. I'm assuming cast steel, but not 100%. So we'll see. But there you go. That was just a little video on torsen diff welding. Yeah. So like, comment, subscribe, stay tuned for more videos. I love drift, we love drift, and hopefully this thing will be drifting soon. Stay tuned.